Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. That's Wham Up In You. Hashtag did you feel it?
Hashtag I said God damn it!
Fuck that. No, don't ever do that. I was doing the hashtags. Anyway, this is going to be called The Dark Tower trailer number 2. Let's play it, Jim.
Prometheus.
Power is all that stands between light and darkness.
Much like the sip on my dick.
And Wild Turkey.
Thousands of generations of gunslingers were knights, sworn to protect it. Now I'm the only one left.
Ooh!
Ace Ventura.
Get your girl!
Used to the carnage. Now the wars come to Earth. Do you really think you can stop me, gunslinger?
The Yellow King.
Poof, bitch!
That's what it feels like when you need a stall, but they're all full.
That's how you feel like when you can pee without holding your wiener.
With you dies. No more.
That's not what you said last time, you fuck.
I do not shoot with my hand. I shoot with my mind. I do not kill with my gun.
It's still badass as fuck.
It's that Kobe shit.
I kill with my heart.
Yes.
I mean, it just
Yes!
it reaffirms how badass the first trailer was already. I mean, you get more and more goodness and greatness with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey, he's still looking like, especially when he's walking down the streets of New York, that he's trying to sell a Lincoln to whoever's going to listen to him. He's walking. He's like, "Do you guys know how great a Lincoln is?" But it's still cool. I mean, and Matthew
Gunslinger works for Ford.
McConaughey, GM, Matthew McConaughey, as a villain. I mean, he's done it before.
Well, you read the book. Do you think that he fits that character?
The Man in Black.
Yeah. Johnny Cash?
Kind of. I mean, I would never have picked Matthew McConaughey necessarily. I mean, Matthew McConaughey is an amazing actor. I would have probably picked somebody like more like Anthony Hopkins or John Malkovich or somebody like that in those respects as far as who I would have picked for my Man in Black. Yeah, like an old, because that's what, you know, the Man in Black is essentially. He's like an ageless kind of guy, and the acting chops of like Anthony Hopkins or John Malkovich would have been badass. But still, Matthew McConaughey is an amazing actor, and they chose him for this role for a reason, and he is portraying the Man in Black in a pretty awesome light. Idris Elba, always looking cool as shit. I like his fucking outfit in this poster here. It's badass.
Now, does he fit the gunslinger that you read in the books?
Well, actually, the gunslinger in the books, they don't really speculate whether he was white or black, and I know that some people got mad about, or it's possible that some people got mad about it because Stephen King said that what he based the gunslinger on is he used to be in love with the Clint Eastwood movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and he said that if he'd had a chance to cast Clint Eastwood as the gunslinger back in the 60s or 70s, or back when Clint Eastwood was younger, he would have cast Clint Eastwood.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
And that's who Stephen King envisioned when he was writing the. I read something on Stephen King saying that when he was writing the novels, in his mind he was thinking of the man with no name in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly as Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
You know, walking, you know, badass. And if it was up to Stephen King, if Clint Eastwood was like fucking 25 or 35 or 45 or 100 years younger, because he's old as shit now.
He's really fucking old.
Yeah, he would have been the gunslinger. And obviously, how could you not pick Clint Eastwood to be the gunslinger if you're talking about the old West kind of, you know, fighter?
But that's the sort of thing to get fucking mad about.
Yeah, but I don't think it's overall an anger that's like percolating and infecting everything about this movie. There's small pockets of it that don't think that it's the right fit. But I think Idris Elba fits it well, and I think he's playing it well. Clint Eastwood obviously would have been the #1 choice if he was younger.
Yeah.
And his son can't act worth a dick. And I hope it's great, and I think it's going to be great. I just hope, again, I go back to saying what I always said, that it should be given the same respect that Harry Potter and The Lord of the Rings was given, and make multiple movies out of it.
Yeah, I think they're going to see if it's successful first, which I like the idea. Of course, I didn't read the books, so fuck me, right? But I like the idea. You would.
I would never.
What?
I would never. In the van,
you know how I know you're gay? Because your dick tastes like shit. That's the equivalent of what you just said. But no, I mean, for me, I like the idea of picking up after the books leave off, because for me, when I read a book, I go into a movie with way too many expectations of how each scene should play out. And even with like the Gone Girl, Gone Girl, David Fincher is my favorite director of all time. My favorite. And
James Cameron's better.
I actually read that book. I don't read a lot, but I read that book. And upon seeing it for the first time, and I love that movie now, I was almost disappointed, because you just... When you're going based off of what happens in a book, you get a prerequisite for what you think's supposed to happen, and no matter how fucking good it is, it's not what's in your imagination, so you feel like it's wrong. So it leads to people being disappointed. But I'll say, dude, fucking Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey are two of my favorite actors right now at all. So I'm psyched that they're in this. And the only real difference I saw between the first trailer and this trailer is you got a little bit of a McConaughey crazy for a second, where he's like, I'm talking, whatever he said, he like screaming and shit. And that's what I kind of want. It's like with Nicolas Cage. I want him to go off the hinges a little bit and not play it too straight up. Because does that fit the Man in Black character, you think? To go crazy a couple times and like fucking go off on like a dialogue?
In the novel, he's pretty reserved. He's pretty evil as far as like his speeches and go. Yeah. But I mean, you could take him as being crazy. I mean, there are chapters that the Man in Black, because the Man in Black's a bitch and he's a pawn of the Crimson King, which I don't know if the Crimson King is going to show up in the movie at all. But if he does, the Man in Black is just a pawn and bitch to the Crimson King. Like, he's the really ultimate baddie. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess you could go with, the Man in Black be like, all right. Like, but I hope to God they don't just rely a lot on special effects.
I don't think they will do, because that's what I was going to say. If you notice, a lot like with Deadpool, when the marketing for Deadpool came out, you kept seeing that same bridge scene.
Yeah.
And in this, you keep seeing the same scenes in the trailers.
With a butt like that.
With the ass like that. But, you keep seeing a lot of the same scenes. So I think that maybe there's not much action in the movie. That could be a problem too, right? I mean, if it's not
the gunslinger...
entertaining. I'm not saying, for me it doesn't have to be.
The Gunslinger, well, the first novel was very action oriented, and they're basing it a lot more on the first novel than it is a very actiony ass movie.
But if they're taking up where the story left off, then
well, the way the story left off, it just I can't tell you that, Mike. Shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth.
I think it's going to be great. I'm fucking stoked about it. And I think that 2017 is the year we finally get some good goddamn Sting adaptations. Stings! Goddamn Stephen King adaptations. Not to say there hasn't been, but it's like one out of every 7 or 8. And I think this looks good. I think it looks good. The Mist...
The only thing about The Dark Tower is, again, I want the movie to be really successful, and I hope it's good, and I hope they treat it with respect. Like Harry Potter,
like
and the Lord of the Rings, and my dick.
It's sensitive.
And but again, I think The Dark Tower could have been really, really successful, telling it from the very beginning and putting it on HBO and making it like a Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, making it multiple seasons. But either way, I'm excited. I can't wait to see it, and I hope, And Stephen King was really reluctant to, again, he's been working on this for 30 plus fucking years. I hope he made the right choice, because he was really reluctant to let go of this piece of his work. I mean, who wouldn't be? I worked on it for 30 years!
When they're casting these guys, I mean, they're at least putting some effort into it. Yeah. So, we shall see, motherfucker! I love your fucking faces! If
I don't get you, sucker!
Click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you! And if you like Stephen King, we're doing a shit ton of Stephen King movies right now leading up to The Dark Tower, so make sure you subscribe and hit that motherfucking bell. Hit that motherfucking bell!
He's deaf because he's dead!
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.